Is the president making early gains in the fight to clear up corruption in the oil industry and more widely? Well, joining me is Dr Amy Jadesimi, Managing Director of Ladol, a support company for multinational oil and gas companies operating in West Africa. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What's your reaction to Buhari's appointment and that of multinationals? How are they taking to this news?
The reaction has been unequivocally positive. Everybody is relieved that he's finally made this announcement. It's not a surprise. We've been suspecting that this is what he's going to do. The reason for that is we know that tackling corruption, promoting law and order is one of the things that he was elected on. It's one of the main platforms he has, and he's got to get to grips with this industry.
So the two inextricably linked, basically?
Absolutely, because so much of the corruption seems to have been tied to the oil and gas sector. Not all of it, but the other side of it is if you get the oil and gas sector under control, the impact on the economy would be massive. Right now, oil and gas contributes about 10% to our GDP, which is very low. I think we're the lowest in OPEC. Going forward, if you tackle corruption, you attract more local investment, you get private investors like Ladol investing even more money, you're going to create jobs and you're going to see those GDP numbers go up.
So we've got the appointment, but what do you need to hear from Buhari to kind of give international businesses the confidence to do business in Nigeria now?
Great. So PwC's report on African oil and gas lists four main concerns that oil companies have. The top one is regulatory environment. Without a good regulatory environment, oil companies won't come to Nigeria. That's code for, is there law and order? Is there going to be consistency? The laws that we already have on the books in Nigeria, Local Content Act, the PSC agreements that are in place with oil companies, those things are fine. The problem is they didn't know whether or not they were going to be maintained and whether whether the government could be relied on to adhere to them. With Buhari taking the position of petroleum minister, the oil companies now have the confidence that those agreements are going to be adhered to. So he doesn't really have to do much else other than make sure
he's just there.
that him
deliver
being
what he
there
talks about.
Exactly, and he's already delivered. You talked about the arrests that have been made and the fact that there have been some very high-profile corruption scandals which have now come out and are being tackled, and that has also given a lot of confidence to the industry. The Nigerian oil and gas market itself has always been very lucrative. The problem is you have a few people who are going out of their way to make sure that they benefit and Nigeria doesn't.
How long is it going to take to overhaul the whole industry, get new money in, invest, and then for the country as a whole to see the benefits of the resources it's got in the ground?
It's already happening. If you look at a company like Ladol, we've invested $500 million. We've done that over the past 10 years. We've built a brand new base, so you've got new infrastructure. You've got other private indigenous investors who have bought offshore oil blocks, who have bought ships. So the pieces of the puzzle were already there. What we needed, speaking now for the indigenous private sector, was for a leader like Buhari to take office and to make sure that law and order was obeyed. If he does that, we'll do the rest.
Dr Amy Jadesimi from Ladol, thank you very much for joining us here on Global Business.